Let's see. Select servant. Chullain! Ooh boy! Ooh, I get to explain Chullain. I wanted to do this. Okay, this character. Let me just customize him. So this is one of the characters I use the most. So this one I know a good amount of things about him. If you're expecting a super high... Well, you'll see. You know what? I'll shut up and show you what he can do instead. So we'll see how good Chullain is after or you'll see how good he is. Just waiting for Tamao to shut the hell up. Yes. Okay, so he has 2 heavies, you notice? Like 1, 2. 2 heavies. So now the full light stream. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has a 6 light string. And then he has this 1 light, 1 heavy. His aerials, that's it. 2 light, 1 heavy. It's actually pretty decent to clear minions. 3 light, 1 heavy. This is actually decent for like also clearing, but also decent for like putting people in the air and keep on going for a bit extra damage. 2, 4 light, 1 heavy. Yeah, that's it. That's not that great. That is eh. Now 5 light, 1 heavy. This is probably not as good as just doing 6 lights, because it takes so long for him to do that last animation that it's not worth it. But either way, that's him in a nutshell, or his basics. Now let's go for his abilities. So first, Spear Fangs of Earth. Oh boy, this ability, we'll get to it later. Claws of the Sky. Yep, and Magic Spear Throw. And finally, Punishment of Thorns, which is a stun. Okay, let's start this shenanigan. So I'll start with Fangs. So this skill has a good area of effect, and you're in a zigzag. What is the advantage to this? Okay, so what's big about this? While the zigzag is going on, you are invulnerable. He has a skill that once it starts, you are invulnerable. Or at least once the zigzag starts, you are invulnerable. Nobody can take you out of Fangs of Earth. Nothing. Not even drive skills can take you out of Fangs of Earth. Okay, there is one thing that will. Technically, I think only NPs can take you out of Fangs. That's it. Only the NP itself, only an NP can actually kill you while in Fangs. But I think that's it. Nothing else will kill you while you're in Fangs. So, not only because of that, it's already a really strong skill and his best skill in a nutshell. It does decent, it also does good damage. And it can kill a person while you're in drive by itself. By the way, if you hit all ticks of it, you can actually kill people. So, it's probably his best skill. Next, Claws of Sky. There's a problem with this. So, you see that he has to do that pole vault jump and everything? Yeah, that's the problem. If this was instantaneous, this would actually be a good skill, because that actually hits hard. The problem is, yeah, you will never be able to hit this. Like, you can't even hit people while they're in the sky with this. We're talking about that bad. Like, you'll never be able to hit that unless you stun them and then Claws of Sky. That is the only way you're ever gonna hit Claws of Sky is with the stun. It's one of those abilities where, yes, lots of damage, no range, no clear, and, you know, no hitting by itself. Unless you have to stun. So yeah, it's sad, but it's true. It's one of those skills that requires so much setup, it's usually not worth it. Next up, Spear Throw. So that is a projectile attack. It throws a spear with a medium range. That's actually fine. It's a fine ability, though there are much better abilities than his. It is relatively fast, being fair. The thing you can do with this is like, you can go from... If you hit someone with fangs, come out, you can do this and it will hit the person still in the air from fangs. So you have that going for you. You can do that from that. So yeah, there is some utility to Spear Throw. Also, it's pretty fast coming out. Not the fastest ability coming out, but it's still decently fast. The only problem with it is it's got no range. Like, if not for that, it would actually be perfectly fine. Either way, that's that ability. And then, once I'm done with this, Punishment of Thorns is stun. Okay, so his stun can be good. But this is probably one of the hardest stuns to use in the game. Just because of that dash he has to do in the beginning. Like, because of that, it makes it kind of difficult to hit the stun. So again, practice a frick ton with this if you want to use it, but I don't recommend it. Okay. Either way, next set of abilities. I had a brain fart there. My brain just like, wait a second. I'm forgetting something, aren't I? My brain just went, Huh. Okay then. We're now missing 3 abilities to show. I'll keep Fangs of Earth for now. So, Aftergabla, Reduced Earth, and Gay Bulg. You'll see what it is. Ah, the very popular Gay Bulg ability. It's kind of sad what I have to tell you about it, but well. Okay. Once Salama shuts the hell up. So here we go. So first up, Reduced Earth is a teleport ability. If you lock onto someone, you will teleport to that person, by the way. I can't show it here, but you would teleport to the person. F. Gay Bolt. Yes, that is how it hits. Upwards. Really weird, isn't it? It's really weird that it hits upwards, isn't it? And then Afnugabla, which is his buff skill. Now, time to talk about his skills. I'll start with Afnugabla, actually. So Afnugabla is a buff skill, but his buff skill is weird. So his buff skill does not increase range, by the way, the range is the same. It increases the damage he deals, but as a demerit, you also take more damage. So it's one of the few, if not the only buff skill that decreases defense for some dumb reason. It has a demerit to it. Everything else not really, but his has a demerit to it. It's still a buff skill, and you should use it though. Reduced Earth. Now this thing technically has quite a bit of utility, you could say, but you are also spending one of your slots for a teleport. Technically you can stun someone if you use this, but due to the game's laggy tendencies sometimes, the chances of you actually hit stunning with this are low. Like very low. Unfortunately, it is not reliable. Though, if you are actually able to do it, you can do something like this into Gay Bulk. Example. Okay, example what you could do. Speaking of Gay Bulk, as you saw, it kind of hits as a weird hitbox upwards, doesn't it? Well, it still does hit if they're just in front of you, don't worry, but... Gay Bulk is... weird. It is his most damaging skill. It actually is fast. But... this is a big but. It is... very stingy on hitbox, how to explain. So, you see where his spear tip is, right? I hope you have good accuracy, because either you hit this dead center, or you only hit... How to explain? This thing can hit a bit to the sides. Like, Gate Ball can actually hit a bit to the sides. However, if it does only hit on the sides, it will do no damage. It will do 0 damage. If you hit it dead center, congratulations, you have actually done a ton of damage. But that's it. Only if you hit it right, just right, can you actually get damage out of that ability. Which makes this probably one of the hardest abilities to use in this game. Mainly because it's completely unreliable. If you don't practice it. It is very unreliable if you don't practice this skill. And the worst part is, you really should use this skill. Like, literally, you should use that skill. That is the worst part of all of this whole conversation. You should still use the skill. Like, it is still a better option than Claws in the Sky, even though it's unreliable. And it's a better option, in my opinion, than the teleport, and it's also a better option than the stun. Though that one actually, you could technically say maybe not. But even then, like, that's that one. Now, Drive. Now, here's the thing. When he's on Drive, though, he is a monster who can kill you in a basic attack string. I'm not even joking. He is that much of a monster if his buff is on as well. If you have all buffs on him, he's gonna do a ton of damage, bang you, teleport on you, and screw you over. Really bad. Now his drive skill. That's his drive skill. As you see, it has a weird hitbox, doesn't it? So remember the point I already said of Gate Ball being unreliable as hell? Well, his drive skill is the same. His drive skill is the weirdest, is one of the weirdest hitboxes in the game. Because nobody knows, because sometimes it should hit, it doesn't hit. Sometimes it should not hit, and it still doesn't hit. The thing is, his is like unreliable to a fault. You have to pray to God that your drive skill will hit, basically. If the drive skill feels like it, it will hit. If it feels like it. If it does not feel like it, though, man, you are so screwed. Not really. The good thing about this drive skill is it gives you invulnerability. And this one is like, it's not half-baked invulnerability. No, you literally cannot be taken out of it no matter what. So, at the very least, Chullain's drive skill will let you just not take damage. It's not reliable for killing, but it does its job. Now it's time for me to show you him in battle and how you play him. So, from what I've told you, I'm pretty sure a lot of you might be thinking on the case of, he sounds pretty, bad compared to a lot of other characters in general, doesn't he? Like, he doesn't have a lot of range abilities, he doesn't have that great AoE. Also, yeah, he doesn't have that great AoE. Getting drive with him is a little bit of a pain. He's one of the worst people at gaining drive by himself, like, literally. He's one of the worst at gaining drive in the game, probably. He's not the worst. I still think there is one character that is worse than him at getting drive. But he's definitely down there. He's not very good at that job. That is a bit of a problem in this game. Again, as I said, he does have Fangs of the Earth, which is his best. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you the build, but Fangs of the Earth, Gate Ball, Gobla, and Magic Spear Throw. This is usually what you want. You might run Teleports, and you could technically run Teleport. Some people do. I don't. Either way, don't Spear Throw immediately. Go here, after Gabla. Now Spear Throw. Something like that. Now, how you play him is you want to abuse Fang's invulnerability as much as you can. Like, you are invulnerable during that. What you kind of are as Chullain is you are not a killer. You are not someone who will get a lot of kills. Just you gotta accept this fact. You will not get many kills. So that's the case Gable actually hit well. You have to hit it just right, as you saw. Like, dead center. This is what we kind of want to do. Abuse Fangs, because as you see, I am invulnerable during it. Try and put Daphne Gabla up whenever you can. Yeah, but it can do these against AI. It's actually kind of hilarious how Gable sometimes can work. So this is the AI I'm kind of going a bit more ham, but how you play is a little bit more like safe, try and defend, survive on the point. You are the team's survivor, like you were made to survive. Your objective is not killing, as it is to survive the amount of bullshit incoming at you. When you're on drive, yes, you can go ham, but just keep reminding yourself that you are a survivor more than anything else. Okay, just keep that in mind. You are here your job is to survive the onslaught of enemies coming. You are the point character, the definitive point character whose objective is the sole survival and staying on point and being a giant nuisance. That is your sole objective in general when you're playing Chullain. You can try to get kills, yes, that is true, you can. I'm not telling you to not try. Just remember that you might not get a lot. Again, your skills are mainly there for you to survive. Grab kills somewhere once in a while, but usually try to, you know, survive. If you can get a kill though, you know, do it. Killing is a way of surviving this game as well. Aha! There you go. I just teach you something. Aha! I'll shut up now. And again, when you're on drive, just go ham. You're basically have a person killed in Alligator Bolt style. There you go. As I said, you are a survivalist character, and that's where he shines. Where Chullain shines is at being that character who does not die. That's where he shines. He doesn't kill a lot, no, but he won't die. So it kind of makes sense since he has battle continuation. Goddamn, he doesn't die ever. So there you go. So what is Chullain's final rating? So from D, C, B, A, S, and EX, Chullain stands at a B. Again, more on the lower side maybe, but still a B. He is not good as a DPS. Definitely not. There are better characters at that job. He doesn't get a lot of drive. Yes. But what he does for your team is make sure the enemy doesn't get points and be a giant nuisance, which does not want to die. Your objective as Chullain is only one, and that one objective is don't ever die. Don't die. Or try to die as least as possible and just delay the enemy team from getting points. Just stop them while your team comes in and just cleans up the house. If you get drive, go ham. Well, but once you get drive, which is kind of complicated to get with him, once you get drive, go ham. Just go ham, man. Literally. But be warned. Fangs is really strong, but you can be interrupted at the beginning of Fangs. So make sure you're in a relatively safe position. You are only invulnerable while the zigzag goes on. Once the zigzag is over, your invulnerability is gone as well. So, duly warned there. Either way, that is Chullain, and he gets a B. A B, 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 B. BB is not even in this game, but screw it. Who cares? It's perfectly fine.